Today is the third and final day for Funko Fair 2023. But before we get into those announcements, we have to talk about some that were announced last week because Funko took them down and put them back up and I completely missed them. And the ones that I'm talking about is a giant list of Disney 100 figures, like these ones here. We've got some from The Princess and the Frog up as well as Rapunzel, and these are kind of like moments, which I'm really enjoying. The only one that I'm gonna say is a little bit underwhelming is probably The Princess and the Frog one because they totally could have put more on the left and right, but they kind of just left it blank, which I do still enjoy, but it would have been cooler if maybe it didn't have the base, but then again, I don't really know. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a nice figure, it's just there's not much going on the left or the right. Then on the next slide here, oh right, this is why they had taken it down. And it says, our previous post showed an image of the Naveen Funko Pop that's not true to the product, which is accurately shown here. So this is actually what he's gonna look like when the original one, his skin tone was a little bit lighter. And I guess the figure was the right color, it was just the fact that the glam shot looked a little bit different, and here's what he's actually gonna look like when you get him in person. So definitely cool that they did update him. And now let's get on to the next slide here, which has a bunch more princesses, as well as 2 Disneys. Or Walt Disney, you know what I mean. And I gotta say, they really do look great. And also, little fun fact, this is, I believe, our first figure from Encanto since the original one's released. Like, we got that original wave of, I believe it was 5 characters, and then that was about it, so it's cool to see another Mirabelle now, and it's her from the end of the movie. And then we've also got a brand new Aurora, as well as Snow White, and then the Walt Disneys on the bottom there, I am definitely going to be going for, especially him leaning up against the camera. It's really well done. And no, don't get me wrong, I also do like the Walt with Dumbo and Timothy. Actually, what am I talking about? I'm probably going to be getting all of them. And then on the next slide here, we've got 3 more Disney princesses with their Diamond Edition counterparts all going to different stores. And it's cool to see that they're bringing them to these kind of odd stores that used to get a lot of exclusives and now don't as much anymore. And then that Party City exclusive Elsa, definitely an odd one. This is, I believe, their second exclusive figure, with the first one being from Trolls World Tour. And then on the next slide here, we've got, the Aristocats 3-pack, and then after that, we've got a brand new Moana, which I'm really enjoying. So definitely a lot of cool ones for the Disney 100th anniversary, and let me know, which ones are you going to be picking up? Alright, now we can jump into week 3, starting with the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and there is seriously some amazing ones here, like C-3PO, Wicket, we're getting 2 Princess Leias, 1 normal, as well as 1 Bouche, or I guess 1 on Endor, and then we're also getting Luke, as well as a Darth Vader from the end of the film, and I believe this is the first time we've ever got, like, a character laying down on a Star Wars base. Like, I definitely don't remember there being somebody kind of like sitting on the edge of it, very similar to how they did it in the movie. I kind of enjoy that. It's almost like Funko's using the base as the set of stairs that he's laying on, or kind of like the ramp in the movie. And now going to the next slide here, we've got all of the exclusives. The holographic Luke, a brand new Max Rebo, the Emperor Palpatine, as well as one of the Ewoks, which if I'm gonna be honest, I'm blanking on their name right now. But it's the one at the end of the movie where he's actually like playing the Stormtrooper helmets. It's pretty funny. Oh, and then I can't forget on the left side there, we're getting a Hot Topic exclusive Darth Vader Pocket Pop, one that I feel like we've seen in the past, but still a cool one to get. Then we've got 2 deluxe figures, the Darth Vader and Luke fighting in Emperor Palpatine's lair, as well as Jabba and Salacious B. Crumb, and these both have some really amazing detail. And I also did see that the former lead designer Reese O'Brien had kind of a fun thing that they added to that figure on the top there, the Darth Vader and Luke, where you could actually take the Hot Topic exclusive Emperor and put him in the middle there because there's enough room. So definitely a neat addition to the character, and as soon as I get both of those, we'll be trying it out. Oh, and I almost forgot there was another slide with 2 more Star Wars characters, and it is these ones here from Jabba's Skiff. We're getting 2 of them here, and then I believe there's going to be 6 altogether. And so Funko is genius for doing this because it's a really cool way to get a bunch of characters and probably make some sort of battle at the end of this. And if you'll notice here, there's going to be a character in between Luke and Chewbacca. So if you guys want to see who's on this skiff in the movie, you guys could take a look here. I'm just not exactly sure everybody at the moment, like maybe Boba Fett, or I'm thinking Lando Calrissian, maybe a Gamorrean guard. Who do you guys think? Now for this next announcement, I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about most of these characters. I can tell you about a couple of them, but here is WWE. So for these first 3, I'm not exactly sure. Then the next one's here, again, not too sure, but I do like that metallic version. I think it just gives the character a little bit more pop, and that one will be exclusive to the Funko shop. And now we've got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, my dad's favorite wrestler. And so this one here is going to be a GameStop exclusive, and the normal one is Diamond Edition. The chase is just the fact that it's glittered in a different color, which is pretty cool. Then for this last slide here, we've got 2 WWE covers. Okay, so a brand new line for the covers, and the first 2 that we're doing is Hulk Hogan as well as Mr. T. And now I feel like some of you guys are thinking the same thing that I am. Why didn't they put them in the exact same cover? Because they're both on the same one. It would have looked a little bit better in my opinion, and it also would have filled out the base a little bit more. Like they could have put Hulk Hogan on the left, Mr. T on the right. It would have been great. But I guess getting them separately is still cool. It's just a little bit more room on your wall. Now we are getting into some kind of interesting stuff that we actually talked about when I went to Toy Fair back in, I believe it was 2020. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw it in person. We've got Pop Candy, and it's finally releasing. I know, it's been a while, but we're getting a Freddy Funko exclusive to the Funko shop, as well as 3 DC ones, and then 3 Care Bears. And from the looks of it here, they've actually been redone. Like, I definitely don't remember the Freddy, and the Care Bears might have been there, but they look a little bit different if they were. I do definitely remember the Batman, Joker, and Wonder Woman. Those might have been the only ones that they actually showed off over at Toy Fair. I don't know, I'll pop the original photo on the screen. And now I know that the photo is right here, but I have no clue yet. I'm sure they're similar though. Oh, and now we're getting into some brand new Marvel stuff, and they went with 2 Wanda Maximoff ones for today. One from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which is actually really close to a concept art that I saw a little while ago, and I think it's really cool that they're finally creating this one. And so this one here is going to be exclusive to Entertainment Earth, and it's got the glow-in-the-dark eyes as well as magic in her hands. Pretty well done. And then the other one that we got is another Wanda Maximoff. Like I said, it's part of the Marvel Studios Captain America Civil War Build-A-Scene. I don't know why I read all of that, but I guess that is the name. This one here is the 5th pop out of 12, and I believe all of them are still available for pre-order over on Amazon. Now for this next announcement, we are getting Willow the Magic Lies Within, and if I'm gonna be honest, I thought this was for the newer show, but apparently it's not. It's apparently for the original movie that came out in the 80s, and something kind of interesting that I noticed with these is that it's another Lucasfilms product, and we're getting another base with them. And at first I thought it was just Star Wars stuff was bases, but I guess we hadn't got any other Lucasfilms properties, so I guess it's every single Lucasfilms thing has to have a base, or maybe they just added it for fun? I'm not sure. If anybody has any information about this, please pop it in the comment section below, because I seriously am curious, because these ones here might also be bobbleheads. You can't really tell in the glam shot. Oh, and hold on guys, that's not all of them, because we're also getting one other figure with the chase, and I think you guys have probably noticed by now, I don't know their names, but they do still look like some pretty great figures. And then after that guys, we're getting a brand new TV show as pops, and this one here is What We Do in the Shadows. And these, if I'm gonna be honest, the glam shots look a little bit earlier than a lot of the other ones that we've touched upon, so these are probably gonna be coming out later on this year. And now for these ones again, I haven't seen the show, so I don't know their names, but the nice thing is Funko put them in the description, so I can read them here. Colin, Guillermo, Lazo, Naja, and Nandor, I believe is their names. And so we have these 3 here, as well as these 2 on the second slide, and then for the last one here, you can actually pick up a glow-in-the-dark 5-pack over at Walmart. And from the looks of it, every single one of them glows, so if you're thinking of getting the entire set, I'd probably just go for this one here. Okay, and now we can get into some stuff that I actually know about. We've got a brand new Jimi Hendrix Gold, and this one here is going to be the normal size, kind of about the height of a pop. And I believe this is also a brand new sculpt form, so I gotta say, it looks pretty great. And this is also the first time we've ever got a black light gold, which I am enjoying. I'm just hoping that Funko doesn't overdo it with a lot of the golds, but giving it to Jimi Hendrix does make sense. Then we've got some more rocks with Cyndi Lauper, and I think that this one is pretty decent. We got a Cyndi Lauper album cover a little while ago, so it's cool to have a figure of her by herself, as well as Cher, and then there's gonna be an Amazon exclusive shared, well, no, there's gonna be an I tried making a joke there, pretend like that never happened. Then there's also going to be an exclusive shared with Amazon. There we go. And the only difference for that one is the fact that it's Diamond Edition. So again, if you're gonna be going for one, probably go for the Amazon version. Now we are getting into the only anime announcement for today, and this is another one from Boruto. We've got Minato here, and I think that this one really does look great. I mean, I kind of knew that something like this was gonna be coming because we did get the 3 of them a little while ago, and I'm trying to think if any of them have released so far. I think maybe the first and second one that were announced, but that's about it. I mean, none of them have come to Canada yet, so it's kind of hard for me to know, but I gotta say, this line is starting to turn out really, really great, and I can't wait to see the other 3. And then everybody, we got one soda announcement for today, which is Marty McFly, and this one's pretty cool because they made the chase him with that kind of like futuristic hat on. And I think that this one really did turn out great. The only thing that I wish was a little bit different was the fact that he was smiling, because on the can he is, but then when you take him out, he's kind of like slightly frowning. But besides that, it really does look great. And then we got one more announcement for today, which is probably my favorite out of all of them. We're getting a brand new Stranger Things figure. It is Phase 3 with Dustin, Eddie, and Demobats. It's another one of those deluxe moments, one of those figures that comes in a box about yay big. It is definitely going to be massive, and I can't wait to actually pick this one up, and I don't believe it's available for pre-order anywhere yet, but as soon as I see it, I will definitely be snagging one. And I think that this is really going to be interesting to see in person, because I don't know, is the base going to be 3D? Like, it must be, because they're standing on it. Then I also really like how Dustin is messing with the wires in the back. You can see the amps, as well as like about 3 or 4 Demobats actually flying like 3D inside. And then of course we've got Eddie in the front with his hair blowing forward because of how loud the music is. This is seriously sick. And well, everybody, there we go. That is all of the announcements for Funko Fair Day 3. And please pop it in the comment section below which one was your favorite. Because for me, it's probably going to be either Star Wars or Stranger Things. Both of those really do look great. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.